Hi, and I'd like to firstly thank you. I really appreciate that you're sharing your time. The greatest commodity in life is time, and you're sharing your time with me to listen and giving me an opportunity to serve you in this way. And for that, I'm extremely grateful. I want to talk about since we're going to be working together for the next little while on this journey to overcome fear, anxiety, panic, and stress, I'd like to give you my understanding and the way I interpret some of these words that we're going to use. Let's take the term panic or panic attack. And let's understand it in the same terminology so when I use that type of word, we're on the same page. The way I understand it is in order for somebody clinically to have a panic attack, to qualify for the diagnosis of panic disorder, according to the psychiatrists that I took training by, who I constantly get supervision from, if you haven't called an ambulance to come and pick you up and take you to the hospital when you experience panic, you did not qualify for a panic disorder. Well, many people that are watching this video have called ambulances, but there are many people that don't experience it to that degree. Maybe they're very, very worried, concerned, they need reassurance, but they don't actually call an ambulance to pick them up. So let's describe what I consider, and in my terminology, that's considered a panic attack. You see, initially, when we become afraid, the process that happens in our body is amazing that it happens on its own. There are two chemicals in the body called cortisol and adrenaline that sit on top of our kidneys that shoot into our bloodstream to create the fight or flight response. So anytime we're experiencing danger, boom, our brain perceives danger, these two chemicals fly into our bloodstream, and it creates a process in the body. Our heart starts beating fast for preparation. We get a lot of oxygen in our mind, in our brain, in order to be able to run in case we're going to have to outrun a bear. Our heart beats fast. The blood of our extremities, the capillaries become a little bit smaller. It comes into most of the blood comes into the center of our body. So we get warmer in this part of our body, colder a little bit in our extremities, which is there to make it easier for us to run. In case we get bitten, we shouldn't bleed to death. Our vital organs have most of our blood. So there's a lot of oxygen. Our body doesn't do any peripheral processes. Our eyes become a little bit weaker. Our body doesn't digest as much. We have to right away empty our body. Different process in order to save energy, to save our lives. So this is a beautiful thing if a bear chases you. And this is pretty much generally what would be considered an anxiety response when we perceive danger. But what happens if we have that experience, but in essence there's no bear chasing us, and we're actually sitting on our couch or in our office or before giving a presentation or wherever else, and there's really nothing bad going, there's nowhere to go, yet we get this urge to run, and we feel this sweating, and we feel this, our heart beating fast, and we feel all this extra oxygen in our brain and our blood moving in our body in different places, and then we become afraid. Now when we feel that, so that's what I call a level 1 anxiety response. But then when you feel that, you start becoming afraid. Dizziness in my head, brain tumor. Tightness in my chest. I can't breathe. Weird feeling in my legs, blood clot, and other type of fears. Heart attack because I feel my heart beating very, very fast. And we start becoming afraid of the actual sensation. Now, when that fear comes in, that's a new fear. That triggers another response of adrenaline and cortisol, and boom, it shoots out in our bloodstream again. And now what I call is a level 2. Now we're starting to work towards panic. Now, many people will look at that and say, till now I knew it was nothing, but now it's really strong. Now it's really loud. Now I'm feeling like I never felt before. Now it's probably dangerous. Boom. Now adrenaline and cortisol shoots out a third time, and the process starts again. And as it starts growing and growing and growing, we're getting closer to what I understand is a panic attack. When we reach a level where we really get so overwhelmed, and it's so loud and so strong and so overtaking, and we're really that concerned in a place we haven't been before, that's what I call, and that's what I understand is the presentation of a panic attack. If you had a panic attack, no, you're in a lot of company. Enormous amount of, I believe 28% of people will have a panic attack in their lifetime. The good news is that if you know how to deal with a panic attack and you deal with it appropriately, which most people do, because only 2.7% of people develop what's called panic disorder, where it becomes problematic in their life. Now that's still a lot of people, 2.7 of the 28% of people who have panic attacks. But the good news is that even if you continued moving on with life, you had your panic attack, or you get a panic attack once in a while, and you just move on with life, lucky you. But if you're from the 2.7% that don't move on and did develop this problem, which we call panic disorder, where you become afraid of the panic attack. You avoid situations where you had the panic attack, and your world becomes smaller and smaller, then you might have what's called panic disorder. But the good news is the skills and tools you're going to learn from these videos will help you overcome, and the skills to be able to not have this be such a hamper in your life and to get the freedom back. Even if your life became smaller, you have the opportunity now to reopen your life, to grow your comfort zone once again and take your life back by overcoming your panic and generally overcoming anxiety, fear, panic, and stress, which is the theme of these videos, in order to achieve the life you desire and deserve. I want to thank you for watching this video, and I want to tell you, if you want to see more information, more videos, you can visit my website, benjaminhalpern.com, or you can follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Thanks for watching, and have a great day until our next video.